Welcome in Food for Thought, and I welcome Haris Neophytou.
It's nice to be here.
Welcome. And we will talk about different ways of creating music. So, Haris, tell me a little bit about your musical background.
Okay, first of all, I am an autodidact. I am also a multi-instrumentalist. I play the bass guitar. I play electric guitar and also piano. So that's the three types of instruments I like. And I also compose a bit of music on online, let's say, with digital means. So,
oh, that's awesome. Can we listen to you anywhere? So I can provide the links below.
okay, that will be not possible at the moment, but something might come up soon enough. So you will be the first to listen to it and share it.
Thank you. Yeah, means a lot. What ways of creating, like alternative ways of creating, you would like to share?
Okay, first of all, the things that I chose this topic to discuss because I thought that you and your audience will find it interesting. What I actually done was like I tried to come up with three different examples. One from the past, from the previous century, let's say, one from 10 years ago, and one a very recent one from about a month ago that actually exemplifies these alternate styles of creativity in songwriting. The first one, it has to do with how do you say? It's a song from Leona Anderson. And she used to be an actress in silent films in the previous century, so back in all the way in 1910 to 1920. And at some point, like decades later or 40 years later, she decided to have a comeback, let's say, into the mainstream. And she decided to release an album, a vinyl. So she came up with her record that it's music to suffer by. So she wanted to create an album that combined her terrible, horrific voice that I find personally really nice, to be honest.
She has a lovely voice. By the way,
I
guys, I will
know,
provide the links below.
yeah, I know. And she created this type of album, but I really like that particular song.
Rats in my house or something.
In my room, yeah. Actually, I remember of this song recently because I was listening to an old lecture from Jordan Peterson. He was talking about rats, so that popped into my mind, and I somehow combined the two. And yeah, I remember that song, and it's a satire song. It was actually made to be to poke a little to make fun, let's say, of the more serious style of opera singing. It's very serious and all of this. And what I find very interesting is like this is very simple lyrics that is like prose. She's just talking about rats in a room and all of this. But the background music actually is very symphonic and operatic. So I believe that people that they will actually listen to the song by following the link below, they will like it, and probably they will also appreciate it and share their thoughts with us. So I don't know. What do you think about that song? It was the first
I like
time.
that she said she needs cats. Well, since I got rats in my room, I guess I need cats.
Yeah, it's a nice style of music. I think it's not very popular these days, but
It should.
Yeah, shout out to Shrill Music. So, yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about that one?
Okay, that song I like because once again it showcases these alternate styles of creativity in songwriting. The song is called Colaveri in D, and why this Colaveri and D. And the good thing about it is like also it has to do with prose, and the interesting thing is that it combines ancient South Indian rhythms with instruments and old instruments, let's say, with more modern vibes, like with electronic instruments and guitar and all of that. And also, it promotes a mixture of the traditional Tamil language with English. So I think it's called Tanglish. So this is how they they speak, let's say, this part of an official language in India, in South India. And this type of song is it's a bit strange, again, once more. It's something different. Actually, you said that it reminded you of Bollywood. That's very correct, because it was a soundtrack for a Bollywood film. So this is like that's why it's more lighthearted. But what I can confirm is that it's not only people in India that like that song. This song received millions of views on internationally, worldwide, and also it was a hit like back in 2011 in Greece and Cyprus, and I think in other places. So that's something else that I wanted to share with the audience.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how much I actually love Bollywood movies, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, because back in the day when I was a child, our public television had access to Bollywood movies. Some of the Hollywood could get through the wall, but Bollywood movies were full on access. And there were like some of my favorite comedies like Gita and Zita, or Gita from Zitapur. So Bollywood to me is like an art in itself. Everything is exaggerated. Like if you could turn on contrast on the image, you turn emotions and acting in Bollywood to maximum. I absolutely enjoy that story when you see somebody, he sees you, she sees him, and then like, and then suddenly thousands of people just jump, like crowd, flowers, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually use this that specific song in a lot of flash mobs. So
Exactly.
I find it very interesting that it's somewhat self-organized, like someone posts something on social media, let's go on that place, and a lot of people appear and they just perform that. That's a nice emerging behavior in our society, let's say.
Haris, have you participated in a flash mob?
No, not yet. But what I participated in, I used to work as a light engineer in a nightclub for 5 years. So I can personally tell you that yeah, it was like my second job. So I can personally tell you that a lot of people enjoy Bollywood songs, even in Europe, so especially that one. Why this collaborating deep? Another thing I wanted to add is that how do you say the interest? What I found interesting about that, the story behind this particular song, is that the music was written in 10 minutes, and the lyrics were written in 20 minutes, and it became such a huge success with such a little, let's say, effort. But sometimes this is how it goes. Maybe Bollywood has a different recipe for what success is.
Actually, Mm-mm.
Tell me.
I go to improvisational classes,
Okay.
and music is written right there on the spot. You come in and you actually divide like 20 people into different notes, and they would have to keep repeating their note in a tune. And you're like, there is this orchestra happening. But what our leader, Mariposa herself, Asha, Mariposa is butterfly, and tells us, guys, I know you say it just appeared right away on the spot, but your whole lives led up to it. Everything you heard, the dreams you had, like you think it came up at 10 minutes, but like, no. It has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was already there. You just played it. It just resurfaced, but you always create.
Yeah.
It's sometimes like even this conversation is already kind of draft for a song, let's say.
Mhm.
That's what I say. Like,
Okay, no, I agree with that. I know a few things about improv in songwriting, and we used to call it jamming. So, you just sit with the band and you just start playing, and a lot of times the rhythm that comes out in the melodies, they were like, yeah, it's as if it was always there, just sitting latent, and suddenly, with the right atmosphere, let's say, they got surface again. Sometimes, I make the following thought: how many times these, because melodies they are also ideas, there can be some like musical ideas. How many times a melody got reinvented over the decades and the millennia? Some ideas keep coming up and up and up. Maybe that's why a lot of songs they sound the same. Not because we imitate another song or something like this. Of course, these things happen sometimes, but maybe the rhythms they are already hidden within us, and with the interaction with each other, we just pull it up, something like this.
The heartbeat.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's like the most common thing to write, to base your music on. So in, let's say when I create music, I always make sure there is one instrument that is a heartbeat. I call it a heartbeat. So it has to through the entire song, even through the chorus, it keeps beating like a heart.
Okay.
Like even that song with the birds, the healing, the heartbeat is there. Even though I'm like, although that particular song that you mentioned, healing, the heartbeat was the frequency, solfeggio frequency. I just took it, like it keeps going, the solfeggio frequency. So I heard it's a healing frequency. And yet there is a friend of mine who is a scientist who absolutely disdains that proposal. He's like, absolutely not. I didn't see the papers on it. So I say it's not. And yet for me, I don't know, maybe it's a placebo effect. When I hear solfeggio frequencies, I actually do feel better, well rested. Yeah. So there is something to.
Oh, no, I agree with that. One of the things that I really believe that it should be happening, not only and during the COVID pandemic and all those lockdowns and all of this, but for me, it's very important to recognize the capacity of music to healing. So I make this following, let's say, suggestion. All these hospitals around the world and the clinics, if they just played like soft music, like maybe something, as you said, that particular tune, or maybe how they call it, it's room music or something like this, something very, very relaxing and smoothing, maybe it will accelerate the recovery process after a surgery or something like this. So I will be really happy to, if that suggestion at one point in time gets accepted in any clinic around the world, like to start actually playing music for those people that they are inside the clinics and the hospitals recovering. Okay.
Yes. No, hold on. That's a great idea. Have you seen that movie with Robin Williams, where he talked about laughter is the best medicine? And he would go and he would put the red nose and
I remember that one.
something like that. There were initiatives to go to clinics with pet animals. Like there was like here is a pet panda.
Yeah.
I have actually never seen a pet panda, but just like for some reason panda came up. But panda and I have a thing. So like it keeps coming up. Why? So you go and give people who are in a state of pain a little rainbow over there in the corner, just shining. It helps.
Yeah, I agree with this. I was also looking into a couple of how do you say they are called? I think it's in the US. They have some retreats where they get lone wolves. They save wolves, let's say, from the wild. And while the wolves they are in recovery mode, they bring them close with young kids and other people that they want to also heal, let's say, themselves. So they go to with specialized guides. They go to this retreat and they come close to the wolves and the other animals there, and they develop this type of ecology of practices to use it.
Shout out for Reiki. Yeah.
Yes. So they develop this type of practices and to actually facilitate this healing. And a lot of people have actually benefited from this. And I will make sure to send you the link so you can share that too, along with the rest. It's interesting how music, how animals, let's say, even a pet animal, like listening to the murmuring of a cat. Some people they think that it's also helpful, let's say, and so yeah, other people they are not into cats; they are into dogs. But fair enough.
That's the thing about the exotic animals, though. Cat and dog, they do have a sentimental values to us because they're the closest companions to humans, let's say. But wolves or pandas, if they appear, they are so unexpected, let's say. It's like, imagine just out of nowhere in a hospital, somebody carries a panda. And by the way, that panda loves to be hugged.
Yeah.
Or a wolf who is absolutely wild pack animal. And it's like, there you go. This wolf is looking for a pack. By the way, little guy, you are his pack member.
Yeah. This is what you just said about the value of unexpectancy. I really believe into it. And I will offer another example. There is one of my favorite actors. Now I got a memory. No.
Adrian Brody. sorry. That's mine.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp. Yes, of course. Yes, I know. I've seen those videos.
Yes. He's doing a great job with that. He's getting into the costume, Johnny Depp, of the pirate and dressed up as a pirate.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, and he visited the hospitals and to see kids. So yeah, that's something else too. This value of the unexpectancy, either if it's a lone wolf or a lone actor.
The final song we have is featuring a cat.
He's a YouTuber.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He has a very big channel. He's called the Giftness, link below. And he's into this, creating this. He's into creativity, let's say, and he's doing this collab with different animals. So let's say it's not only this one with the xylophone cat, where basically what he did, it's his pet cat, and cats sometimes they make strange sounds. So he picked up that sound and he said, "Okay, can I make a song around this?" And he actually created a song around that sound, and it's very nice because it's short and it's funny. It's content that it's for everyone. It's not only for kids. It will make everyone smile. So that's why I wanted to share it. Shout out to the cat. He was very good in the performance. And also shout out to this YouTuber. I really like him. It's one of the YouTubers that I've discovered recently, and I'm really proud to share him.
I love that video, by the way. It reminded me of all other cat music mixes that I have seen, probably by that guy as well. And awesome. Yeah. What do you think about that? Again, that cat is a heartbeat. As far as I'm concerned, like you base on his meow meow.
So this is something different. It's like this human cat or animal collapse. This is a new niche that is coming out in terms of creativity in songwriting. I tip off my hat to that, and yeah, that's the three videos that I focused on. But please, Kara, tell me a bit about the last one you shared.
A cat drinking milk, and it was a grumpy cat, a famous grumpy cat. Like, and then as he drinking his milk and he's upset, and then there would be a trumpet as he goes, and then a lot of people on Zoom just keep joining as he keeps. I really like the lady who was like, "There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy." Like, that's awesome. The combination, they had like 6 artists joining in with different musical instruments and vocals, and they resurfaced that wonderful song called "There Was a Boy."
Because we are talking about cats and music, I want to give a shout out to Miss Buffet from France and her smelly cat.
Smelly cat, smelly cat. Oh my God. Of course I know that song.
Smelly cat, smelly cat. That was one of my favorite songs when I was a kid. By the way, Phoebe was my favorite character from the Friends series. So what was yours?
Mine, Ross. I was like, oh my God, that sad guy, Ross, is my best friend. And I always want to be like Rachel, but no, you're Phoebe.
You're Phoebe,
no,
yeah.
I was like, no, I'm Rachel. And it's no, you're Phoebe. Everybody, by all means.
I love Phoebe. She was the best. Maybe because she was the most out of the box, even though she was living inside the box, according to origin story. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you want to get out of the box, just spend some time in the box. Define the box, know exactly what your limitations are. And then the moment you emerge, each time you are out of the box person. Yeah, shut up.
This is food for thought.
Thank you for joining, Haris. Guys, please check out all the links below. This episode had been sponsored by Free Time, as always. My greatest sponsor. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the gifts and see you in the next Food for Thought. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, Kara.
This is Food for Thought. Johnny Depp. I know he got into trouble for his case, and yet, dude, we appreciate you. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
And to me, that was absolutely a caricature of an artist, of a true artist, just showing so plainly all the struggles, all the alienation, just there. That's an art piece.
Yeah, shout out Johnny Depp. This type of acting that he's doing, I think it's called method acting. Some people went into extremes with this, let's say, acting method. But Johnny Depp it's brilliant. He's 100% a master in this.
Haris, you have a wonderful painting behind you. I love it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This is actually a painting. It was created back in 2000 by an author of non-fiction and painter. Her name is Lenya Samani, and she's a very good friend of mine. And she's into this. She created a series of paintings, and I'm so proud and happy to have two of them. And also a very jaded graffiti near my house. That's some of the things that I keep close to my heart. Yeah, this actually one is the person here is Samuel Beckett. So shout out to Beckett. And yeah.
I really like how he holds the string of the heart. And the heart doesn't fly away. He's just there. He's holding it, but like the heart doesn't pull it. The heart is still there. Just like obedient, like this, like the obedient dog. It's a nice Rorschach test, by the way. Whatever stood out to you guys is your thing. Think about it.
By the way, I also like the painting that it's on your background. So
thank you. It's done by my best friend EM. And she's wonderful. It is one of the illustrations that she made for a poem that I never finished about a kitten who walks through streets at night. A lonely kitten walks through mist at night. Yeah, that's the kitten, and it meets a snake, by the way, future, and a hummingbird, and it has all those adventure. The poem so far has 2 pages, but I never finished it because the story is still written.
Hey, can you turn it into a fairy tale? Maybe.
It sounds like a fairy tale. Yeah, a poetic fairy tale.
Yeah.
By the way, flash mobs is the greatest way to spend your time.